Alright. So, if you're going to end up going to jail for something, or if you're going to decide to work in a corrections facility, there's certain things you're going to have to expect is going to happen. Strip searches. It's uncomfortable for you. It's uncomfortable for the people working there. You ain't going to like it. It's fucking weird. And, everyone hears a story about people hiding stuff up their ass. And I know when I first started, how often are people really hiding shit up their ass? It seems like a bit of a stretch. But you hear all the fucking stories. Anyway, when you go there and they teaching you how to do a strip search, for the dudes, I don't know much about the female stripping. I know part of that, but with the guys, they have you pulling back your foreskin, seeing if you're hiding something. It's better for the guys that aren't circumcised. There's more area to hide. They have you lift up your junk and your balls and everything. And then this is where you get to the part where there's like two trains of thought on it with the asshole. So you could have them turn around, squat and cough, and supposedly if they have something up their ass, it falls out. And the other option is to have them bend over and spread the cheeks, take a little glance, see if something's hanging out of it. And it's not much fun for either of us. The one getting spreading the butt cheeks. I'm sure you get used to it after time, especially if you're going to do 10, 20 years. Probably had to spread your butt cheeks a lot. And just working there, I don't even know how many fucking cocks and balls and fucking assholes I've had to fucking look at. But then you get the other train of thought where you got so that's not good enough. Some people say wider, break the seal. They need to get a good look up in there. I was never much into that. And I was like, I'm thinking if there was something in the ass, you'd fucking see it. That's the way I was looking at it. Take a little glance, get this shit over with. I'm just trying to get a paycheck because my fucking career options, I didn't do the best. Prison guard was about the best thing I could get at the time. So that's what the fuck I did. And for years, I never, ever found anything in anyone's asshole. Never did it. So I just figured it was kind of like a non-issue. Like, this stuff doesn't happen that often. I did see one asshole, and it's like etched in my mind. I'll never forget the shape of that dude's anus. You know how you got like a normal butthole, kind of like a little donut, Could be various colors. Maybe it's a chocolate covered donut. Maybe it's one of these pink covered donuts. But they all look about the same. Well, I saw this one, and to this day, it's still etched in my mind. It looked like these great big fucking iPhones, or maybe a small iPad. It looked like he had jammed that up in his ass at some point, and now it's like a square shaped fucking, almost like a rubber band that it collapsed on itself, that you could tell used to be square, and now it's all like a really fucked up. It just don't look right, and when stuff don't look right, you like, what the fuck? Like, I was reasonably sure. I mean, it wasn't like gaping open, like you could see a fucking iPad in there. In fact, it just looked like he was maybe a retired keister. Like, he used to be really good at it, and he could get a lot of stuff up in there. But anyway, I felt pretty sure he didn't have nothing at this time. Concluded the strip search, and then I remember hearing stories about a guy that if you were to take like an orange, put it in your hand, that he could squat over with his butt and then suck it up, almost like horse lips pulling food into its mouth, like that. Like he could just pull oranges up. We had over 2,000 inmates. I've heard stories of this guy. Never actually met him. Didn't know his name. And I was like, I think it was that guy. If anybody could like pull fruit up out of your hand, up and just suck it up into them intestines, it's probably this guy. But anyway, I am getting to a point. I'm working my way around. Bear with me a little bit. Time goes by. I've never found anything in an asshole. I'm not really thinking this stuff happens that often. I'm thinking it's like an extreme condition. Like, you've really got to hide this, something like that. Well, one of the guys, like during visitation, and I don't know why they did visitation this way, but it's just rows and rows. So you could have maybe 200 inmates up there all doing visitation at a time. And there's only so many cameras. Unless you're zoomed in, you're not really going to pick it out. and he didn't have a plexiglass divider. So what the real popular thing to do is take like Suboxone, because you can go to your local methadone clinic, tell them you're fucking heroin addict, they give you some Suboxone, still get you high, and it's got built-in fucking Narcan, so you can't fucking kill yourself. All the high with all the safety. Plus, if you get caught with it, you've got a prescription. You're legally allowed to have it. But if you can get it in prison, you can make some good money, and that's the way they like to do it. And since they're small, like the size of a postage stamp, you can just wrap it up in like a little toilet paper. It's not gonna set off the metal detector. And when you get in there, just a boop, a little flick up over the barrier, and he'll catch it. Well, in this particular time, they did have the camera on this guy. They did see the flick, and there was another officer. He's like a big 6'3" guy, real tall, lanky guy. So he's coming to get the guy because they've seen the flick. And they didn't know exactly what he did with it. And big man here starts crawling over the fucking barrier to get to this dude like a big fucking lizard. Just like a fucking alligator trying to crawl over this fucking thing. He ends up kicking a fucking baby in the head when he's trying to go over. Don't get too upset about that, especially if you're pro-choice. You're okay with fucking murdering the unborn. A little kick in a baby's head ain't that big of a deal, right? Then baby's fine. Baby's head's fucking recover. Anyway, he gets over. They get a hold of this guy and they do the strip search. They don't find it. And then I was working the segregation unit. So that's where he's going. He's going down to disciplinary seg for having contraband. They saw him get it. They just can't find it. So we do a strip search down there. Do the old, take a little glance at the butthole. I don't fucking see nothing. But then now they're thinking, well, maybe he swallowed it. Since we can't find it in his asshole. That's where they originally thought. They thought he shoved it down his butt. Don't see it. They send him up to medical, right? Up there, the guy that has to watch him, all the water's shut off. So this dude's going to have to shit in a fucking bucket. And that poor bastard up there's got to stir in his shit looking for this fucking drugs. He decides he's doing a strip search. He finds it. And then they send him back down to us. Now he's going to seg because they found the drugs. And as we're, in processing him in and stuff, getting him ready for his room, this motherfucker goes, it was there all the whole time. You all need to learn to check the butthole.